The youth have a patrol leaders council. What do the adult scout leaders have? Hey, ScouterStan, let's talk a little bit about that. That is a very interesting thing that a lot of units miss out on. A Scout Leaders Council. This is your Scoutmasters. You're the Scoutmaster who would run it, and then you've got all your assistants, and then you have all the parents that might be directly involved, scout facing and behind the scenes. You might be committee people, might be somebody like a treasurer or somebody that takes care of the equipment. There's a lot of different people out there, and we've talked about that in the past. Early on, there was an episode that we did talking about scout facing and behind the backstage, okay, behind the scenes, okay. So, in fact, I'm going to put the video up and go there later. That is a great reference to what we're talking about. These are the adult leaders running the unit, so they should get together on a regular basis so that they can plan ahead. Now, there are many reasons to have this meeting. These are some of the points I'd like for meetings. It doesn't have to be at every meeting, okay? There might be other issues that need to be worked out. This is a great way for the adult leaders to get together and really talk about issues coming up within the unit. Now, just like the PLC, the Patrol Leaders Council, is run by the Senior Patrol Leader, the SPL, they are the ones that run that meeting. The Scoutmaster runs this meeting. It's not a committee meeting, okay? Don't try to make it a committee. Committee members are welcome. Committee chairmen, all of the adult leadership should be at these meetings. And there are many subjects. I'm just going to touch on a few. At the meeting, you might want to consider patrol assignments. Now, this is twofold kind of thing. So many units do a first-year emphasis. They go from Cub Scouting or from a recruitment into a troop. Okay, so they'll have a first-year emphasis patrol. After about a year, they need to be moved into other patrols. It's kind of a way of feeding back into and making room for the new scouts that are coming over. So the logistics of that need to be worked out. That's not a youth thing. That's something that the adults do. And there might be a need for each patrol to have an assistant scoutmaster as a contact, as a way to mentor and help the scouts' leadership. Leader training. Now, everything from YPT, Youth Protection Training, everything from that, all of the specific training, these are things that need to be mentioned. Now, there are reports that scout leaders get that tell which leaders need to focus on certain training that needs to be completed. Okay, and there's tons of training opportunities. Another thing that has to do with training is roundtable. We need to make sure that your adult leaders know that that's the other part of ongoing training. They need to attend roundtable. So important. A video. Okay, so there's videos about that. So definitely promote roundtable. Fundraising. Now, fundraising can vary. There are lots of different things that go on with fundraising. That is the adult end of it. The youth are going to raise, they're going to sell that popcorn, they're going to do the camp cards, they're going to do all those things. The thing is, the unit needs to be prepared to keeping the too deep leadership at a show and sell, okay? So this is logistics that need to be worked out with fundraising. There might be additional fundraising. Not many units can survive on just a few that the council puts together. So it's important that they come up with their own fundraising effort. And this is real adult led, okay? This is not youth led. And there's many reasons, okay? Contracts and pre-sales and all that stuff. This is something that the youth will be involved and they will lead, but it needs to be worked out ahead of time by the adults. Now that we're talking about scheduling, this is something logistic-wise, it needs to be worked out. You know this. As an adult leader, we need certain things in order to go camping, in order to go to the camporee, in order to do an adventure. You have to have vehicles to transport scouts to these things. These are logistics that the adults need to work out. And this meeting is perfect for that. Now, another big thing to work out is summer camp. Not all adult leaders can give up a week vacation to go to summer camp. And sometimes they're longer than what they have available. So there might be a need for different leaders to come and go from summer camp so that they would keep that too deep leadership, to stay within the policies of the camp. So these are adult things that need to be worked out ahead of time. Advancement. This is a huge thing. The advancement team is usually with the committee. The advancement team is aware of the progress of a lot of the new scouts and making sure that they're getting opportunities to achieve. And the same thing's true from Start a Life and Eagle, okay? They are, from first class on, they need leadership opportunities. These are things that need to be brought up so that when elections happen, the adult leadership are not caught off guard, that they are aware of things like that. And advancement can keep you advised of that, but all the adults need to be aware of it. Program help. This is something that is critical to the youth leadership. We as adult leaders need to make sure that the facilities are there so that they can do their job. So that's a critical thing. We need to make sure that the facilities and the materials and all that stuff is available, possible. That is super critical from the adult standpoint so that they are not being set up to fail. Okay? We need to make sure they have the materials that they need so they can succeed. Now, before we go any further, I do want to invite you to our monthly meeting. It's on the first Sunday of each month, and it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So you're more than welcome to join us and ask questions and just have fun. You know, that's one of those wonderful things about that meeting. I also want to thank everybody on Patreon for their continued support of our channel. And our channel members. You can be a channel member. You hit the join button and join up. There's all kinds of badges and emojis and different things. They even get the videos exclusively for themselves, ad-free, which is an added bonus. And then, of course, if you don't want to join in and do a monthly donation, you could always do a one-time donation by hitting the thanks button. So get involved. I really do appreciate all that you do in scouting and here on the channel. Now, another really big thing about scout leader meetings, another really big thing is special projects. This could range, okay, and it's really an opportunity for parents to kind of step up. That's the important thing in a leaders meeting. In the adult leaders meeting, there's lots of opportunities to add in to the program. This could be something as simple as merit badge counselors. Merit badge counselors are critical to the success of a lot of the older scouts. So many times, scouts miss out on finishing their eagle because they just don't have the counselors. Okay, so that's something that as a unit you could actually work on. That could be a special project. There could be other focuses that the unit needs to work on. This could be anything from a trailer for the canoes, or a container to hold the life jackets, or you name it. Okay, there could be other focuses. In some of the outreach units, it might be something like getting sleeping bags for needy scouts. It could be equipment based. It could be. It's an endless list. Okay, that's the beauty of an adult meeting. What's nice about the scout leaders meeting is that it is just the adults. Okay, and it's so that the adults can do what they need to get done to facilitate, to help the youth succeed. And we do so much for our scouts. Let's keep up the good work. We are on the good path. We are creating tomorrow's leaders and helping the scouting movement move forward with great scouts. And I personally thank you so much for all that you do in scouting. Thank you. And I'll see you on the trail.